Hello everyone, welcome back to our basic Excel training series. In the previous video, we learned the basics of the Excel. We familiarized with the user interface of the Excel. In this video, you will understand the key concepts that forms the foundation of working with Excel very effectively, and those are different operators. Second, a commonly used formulas, and third, a day-to-day use functions. So let's get started. So here we will start with the Excel operators. I'll just write down arithmetic operators. Start with addition, subtraction, multiplication, and then the division. I'll write down the comparison operators down the line. I'll press enter. Is equal to, greater than sign, less than sign. How you are putting it? Using shift. Then greater than equal to shift, and then greater than sign equal to, and shift, less than sign equal to, and then not equal to is basically less than sign, and then the greater than sign using shift. The next operator, that is text concatenate operator. We use here ampersand sign. Yeah. So now I'll take you through one by one with the real examples. Yeah, I missed one more. There is a power function. This is the power icon operator. Fair. So now let's say I'll put some numbers randomly. I'll put is equal to tab. I'll put 20. I'll put 10, 20, 10, 20, 10, 20. Or maybe I can just simply select this and say drag below. How did I do it? I just click on the 10th cell. I press shift key and I selected F3. And here is the icon which comes. This is the plus dark black icon. Once it comes, you can click on this icon and just drag it down below. And accordingly, everything will be copy pasted. I'll drag same for the comparison operators also. I'll say right click, copy, right click, paste value and say OK. I'll drag everything down the line and I'll type somewhere here P and somewhere here J. Yeah. Now I'll get my answers here. I'll say answers and any formula that will start using is equal to sign always. There is a is equal to sign on the keyboard and enter this is equal to sign. I'll give a range. I'll select E3 plus F3 and I'll press enter. I can do other way around also. Let's say is equal to, I want to say 10 minus 20, press enter, I'll get minus 10. I can do this other way around, which is this, but I cannot copy paste this formula down the line. You can see everywhere it is because of the numbers are hard coded. Whereas as soon as you see this, these numbers are not hard coded. This is the reference given. Fine. Anyways, as you can see different operators here. We cannot use the or drag the same formula everywhere. You have to use the different formula on each row. So let's say this is subtraction. I'll say is equal to 10 minus this cell, which is F4, enter, is equal to 10 multiplied by 20, I'll say enter, 10 is equal to 10 divided by 20, enter, and then 10 to the power of 20. Now, look at the number. This is some random number is coming, scientific number is coming. We can just give 10 is 2. And 10 to the power of 2 is 100. Cool. Let's move to the comparison operators. I'll click here. I'll say I want to compare 10 versus 20. So this cell equal to this, what output I'll get is false. Because as soon as you can see, the numbers are not comparable. If 10 is different, 20 is different, hence the output is false. As soon as I say this has to be 10, I'll enter this and say enter. Now the both numbers are matching, hence output is true. Okay? I'll say is equal to this is greater than this number. I'll say enter. It gives me false. I'll say this is less than this. Now the condition is true. Say enter. This is true. I'll say this is greater than equal to 20. Give me false. I'll say 10 is less than equal to 20. It gives me true. As soon as I'll say this is not equal to this, it will give me true. So this is how you can put the different comparison operators here and get the output to be. It just check if that figure is matching with another figure only. Yeah. Now let's move to next is the text concatenation operator. I'll click on this and say I want to concatenate P and J into one cell. I'll say is equal to this particular cell reference ampersand sign and say J and say enter. So look at this is the PJ, both the cells being concatenated here. Yeah, and I can see the formula of this particular cell here. If I want to check the formula for each and every cell, I'll have to click on each and every cell, and accordingly I can just look at the formula bar and I can see this. But in case I want to see the formula of all the cells at the same time, I'll have to press control button and then the backtick button. So I'll press control and then the backtick button. So this is how I can able to see the formula of everything, all cells wherever I have put the formulas. Now what is the backtick button? It is just before your one button or maybe above the tab button. This is how you can identify the backtick button. Instead asking what are functions as the only question, you should ask me one more question, and that is where the functions can be used. Functions are predefined formulas that makes your work faster and easier. So you don't have to manually perform every calculation, just use the right function there. I mean, instead of typing something like A1 plus B1 again and again, Excel already has the built-in functions formula that works for you. Now answering the second question, where can the function be used? Honestly, everywhere. Whether you work in the FMCG, retail, education, insurance, any domain, or works in finance, marketing, sales, or maybe supply chain, Excel functions are a part of your daily toolkit. Think of them as the shortcuts to perform quick and accurate calculations with saving your time. Now let's look at few daily use of examples. So I'll write down here daily use functions. One, sum. Second is average. Third is max. Fourth is min, fib is count, 6 count A. I'll just randomly put the numbers here. Let's say number. Okay, instead of number, I'll put number 1, number 2, and I'll simply drag this. I'll click on this, shift, and then E1. Looking at this icon, black, I'm just dragging this. These are the 6 numbers. I'll input here, let's say random number 10, 7, 8, 6, 4, and 3. Okay, so now I put some random numbers here. I'll just say this plus 1 and say enter. I'll drag this here. I'll drag this down the line. Now I have a largely all the data over here. Okay, cool. Let's say I want a summation of this. What is summation? I can just simply select all of this cells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cells. The count is 6, yeah, and I can see the summation of this is 38. So I need 38 numbers to be here. Okay. Now here I would need the addition of all of the cells into J2. So here I will put the formula saying this is equal to this plus this plus this plus this plus this plus this. I'll press enter. I got 38. Now this is being done manually. So through functions, how can I do this? I'll say is equal to sum shift 9. So this is the bracket open. I'll select this range through the mouse, or there is another option. I'll click on this and press shift and select this cell. So the entire range will be captured from D2 to I2. What does this colon means? It covers this entire range from D2 to the destination is I2. I'll close this bracket and press enter. So this is why function the output has come. So this formula is saving your time. Instead of putting one by one, you have put one simple function of sum. Now let's say you will need the average of this. How will you do this? You will just drag this formula, and this is a formula. Yeah. I'll press enter. And I'll simply say divide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll open this bracket. I'll close this bracket. I'll say divide sign and I'll say 6. I'll enter. So my average value of all of the selected cells is 7.33. I'll need this to be as a in the form of formula. I'll say is equal to average average bracket open, and I'll select entire range from this to destination this. I'll close the bracket and say 7.33. Yeah, a similar way I'll have to do the max, min, count, and counting. I'll do that. Max bracket open, entire range bracket close, min bracket open, entire range selection bracket close is equal to count bracket open, the entire range bracket close is equal to count a bracket open, entire range selection, and then bracket close. Now you will ask, Ishan, both of this are giving the same output as soon as I selected. It's 6 against 6. There's a difference between count and then the count a formula. In a count formula, is let's say I'll put a and I'll enter. It will give me the output as a 5. I'll put some number here. it will give me the output as a 5, irrespective of the range being selected. So normally the count formula count only numbers. So this is the range, right? Whereas count A will count a text as well, right? So this is what the difference between two. Cool. Now we are done with this function. Now we can get it, or maybe as soon as you select this, you'll get the output also to be here: max, min, count, average, and you can just say right click and you get all of this functions saying sum, maximum, numerical count, and then the count. Yeah, I'll select this range. It says count as 6 and numerical count as 5. And this is the count A and this is the count. Fair? Now let's move next to the if condition. If. What is if? So if is the formula which can be used to test the condition, right? So let's say I'll put the marks as, let's say, 80. I want to classify this as saying more than 80 is A, else B. Fair? Then output I'll need is A, right? Or maybe let's say 85, and then the condition has to be 80. So manually, this is the manual output. Let's say using formula, how can I get it? Let's say is equal to if. I'll press tab and say if this particular cell reference is 85, that is F10 is greater than 80, then value if true. So if this is greater than 80, then you should give the output as A. Always remember, whenever you're giving the output in the text form, in a mixed form, alphanumeric I mean, you have to put it into double quotes. And in case you're giving in terms of numeric, you don't have to put into double quotes. Okay? So now we are giving the output as A if this particular number is greater than 80, then A, else B, double quotes B, and then double quotes close, and then bracket close. It's a very simple formula. Is equal to if, bracket open, put the condition this particular cell is greater than 80, comma, value if true is A, comma, value if false is B. I'll press enter. So this is giving me A as a output. Now let's say I'll change this to 70. I will have this value to be changed as a B. As soon as I'll change this to 90, press enter, I'll have this value to be changed as a A. So this is how if condition works. It's basically referring this cell, and then basis this value in this cell, it is giving an output. Yeah.